Okay, hi everybody. I'm Brittney.
Hi.
How many of you were expecting Mark? I knew you were expecting Mark today. Because we teach very differently. But it's all good. Yeah, so, any beginners, first timers? Yeah?
Beginner.
Okay, beginner. Okay. 10 hamstrings. How's the English?
My English, yeah.
So.
Sí.
Do you mind if I touch you? Like during practice? No,
Yeah.
good adjustments? Yeah? Okay. Any injuries I need to know about from anybody?
The great question.
Don't know what that means. So, but I teach Ashtanga yoga. Is anyone familiar with that? Yes.
How is the name? Sorry.
Ashtanga?
Ashtanga.
Yeah, Ashtanga, yeah. So, we'll basically be doing an abbreviated primary series and maybe throw in some back bends and inversions, depending on how it goes. So, because I'm not super prepared, I don't have any music, so it's just breath today. So you get to enjoy the sound of Ujjayi. And we got one more. Okay. So let's start in child's pose. Yeah, just go back front and center. Alright, so we're going to start in child's pose. So let's go ahead and start to cultivate and establish a nice relationship with our breath. Whatever that means for you in the beginning. It could be with the mouth, it could be with the nose, it could be with both. But just pay attention to it. Become closer to its sensations. And feel it move throughout your body. And incorporate the sounds inside the body and inside the room with sounds inside or underneath the trees. And now spread out your fingers really wide, shoulder width apart. So reach them out to the front of your mat as far as you can. And feel your fingertips start to grip, so the entire palm as well. And now just imagine nice hair-like roots settling in. And then on your next breath, take the biggest inhale that you can through your nose. And then as you exhale, keep the mouth closed and continue through the nose. Let's go ahead and flip our toes and come into our first downward facing dog. So this Ujjayi sounds like the ocean. I'm sure you've heard that vibration or that description before. But really pay attention to it. Perfect. So, bend your knees. Stick your butt out. And breathe. Inhaling deeply.
Okay.
Bend your knees. Bend. Nope. Hands. Here. 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 Yeah, bend your knees. Everybody breathe. Yes. See? Right. There. Catch up. Alright. Inhale fully. Exhale all the way. Take a look at your hands and step forward with your right leg and then your left. Inhale, just look up towards the garden. Exhale, bow down, feel the weight of your body. Now pull your bellies in, take a big inhale and come all the way up to standing with your arms reaching overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Take a deep inhalation, just feel it rise to the crown of your head, breathing through the spine. And as you exhale again, start to establish roots through your feet. Toes are spreading, quads are engaging. You have to be established in foundation before practicing step. Listen to your neighbor's breath. Allow it to hold you accountable. And as you complete your next exhale, you know what Mula Bandha is, engage it. If not, no worries. And let's inhale, arms up over the head, looking towards the thumbs. And then exhale gently with the breath till your fingertips touch the floor. Bend the knees if you need to, if your hamstrings are tight. Inhale, try to feel the breath rise up to the crown as you look out towards the gardens. And then as you exhale, just walk the feet back to a push-up position. Pull your bellies in, looking forward. Slowly on an exhale, lower into chaturanga. Elbows are in. And on your next inhale, push through with the toes, roll the shoulders back, and look up towards the tip of the nose. And then engage your core in slow motion with an exhale, roll over your toes, and coming to your first downward facing dog. First step. Good, so hands stay in place. Feet make the adjustments. If you need to step them up a bit and bend the knees, it is more important to have a long spine than straight legs. That's the Shumna, from the crown to the coccyx of your body is your biggest energy channel, and it needs to be straight. So on your next inhale, fill up as much as you can, even into your shoulders. And as you exhale everything you've got, take a look at your hands. Now with your left leg, take a step forward, and then the right foot. Inhale again, looking up, try to lengthen that back. And then as you exhale, bow back down, feel your own weight drop. And then ground through the feet, and inhale, reach the arms all the way up and overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Cultivate breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhaling completely. One more inhale, all the way up to the collarbones. And then exhaling completely, all the way down to the pelvic floor. We're going to go into the next one, salute. Inhale, arms up again. Try to feel your torso lift off your hips. And then exhale as you bend from your hips, pull your bellies in. Inhale, looking up again to the gardens, maybe keeping palms flat if hamstrings are good, and maybe walking or hopping back into your push-up position and lowering down into your chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing, shoulders are behind. And then exhaling again, going into downward facing dog. If you want to start adding a push-up to it on the way back into down dog, you're more than welcome to, but it is not necessary. And now again, check in with your neighbor's breath. Take one more inhale. Exhale everything you've got. Take a look at the hands. Either walk or hop the feet to the top. Inhaling, long spine. Exhaling, bowing. Inhale, bringing it all the way back up to the top, but we're going to go right into the next one. Exhale, forward, fold fingers down to the floor. Inhale again, peeking up to the gardens. And exhale, walk or hop it back. Push-up position, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale is upward facing. Feel the whole front of the body open. And then exhale is downward facing. Again, check in with your breath. So for those of you who have been practicing for a little while, bend the elbows about a quarter of the way, spiral them in towards each other, and then push out through your palms. You should feel a nice opening through the neck. If you feel tension, then you may need to fan your hands out just a little bit. You can let the head be heavy like a piece of fruit. Or if you know Jalahara Bandha, you can drop the chin all the way into the chest and work breath retention, Kambukas. And now fill again all the way up as much as you can. And as you exhale, empty your body all the way out. Take a look at your hands and walk or start to float the feet to the hands. Inhaling, looking up to the horizons, and exhaling, bowing back down. We're going to drop back into that imaginary chair, Utkatasana, and inhale the arms up. If you have any neck issues, shoulder issues, feel free to open up the arms wide. If you have any sciatica issues, take the feet hip width apart. Pull your bellies in. Mula Bandha, squeeze your anus. Take another inhale. And then as you exhale, forward fold fingers down to the floor. Inhale again, lengthening the spine. Exhaling, walking or hopping back to the bottom of chaturanga if you'd like. Inhale, and just upward facing, zip the lips, only through the nose. Exhale into downward facing. Let's inhale as we lift our right leg up to the skies. Exhale, bend the knee and open the pelvis. Nice. Just gonna take it easy for a moment, yeah? So I want you to feel the roots through the hands again, pushing the palms. You can fan the hips open if you want. Just be careful not to collapse through the ribs when you do. Imagine a nice line of energy from your right hand to your right knee, and just let that left foot drop, or that right foot drop, be heavy. Now on your next inhale, shoot the energy out through your heel as you straighten out the right leg and square the hips. Yes, and then as you exhale, pull that knee towards the chest. Intentionally place the foot between the hands and use an inhale to rise the arms up overhead into warrior one. You can stay back on a 45-degree angle with the foot, or you can come up on the toe. How about your other right leg? Cool. And get low. So I should have like 8 or so seats in here to come sit on. And soften those front toes, no death grip. Yeah. Now take one more inhale from pelvic to crown. And then exhale, bring the hands to either side of that front foot. Inhale, step the leg back. You can keep the leg floating if you'd like, or you can drop it down and lower into chaturanga. Inhaling into upward facing, and then exhaling into downward. Let's cruise into that left side now. So inhale, lift the left leg up, and then exhale, bend the knee, open the pelvis. Spread your fingers wide. Let's not lose connection to those roots. Perfect. So again, use the inhale to find more length and more length and more length. And as you exhale, feel gravity take you just a little bit deeper, but with control. On your next inhale, straighten out the left leg, kick out through the heel, frame the hips, and squeeze that left knee towards the chest. Take an extra breath if you need it. Intentionally place the left foot between the hands and use an inhale to rise the torso up and over. And again, the back foot, doesn't matter. It can be up, it can be down. Just aim these guys forward. Okay. Again, soften those front toes and watch the lower back so you're not collapsing, you're tilted, so the pelvis has a mild tuck. Again, if there's any tension in the shoulders, feel free to open up the arms wide. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale again, hands come down to either side of that front foot. Inhale as you step the leg back. You can float it if you'd like. Exhaling down to chaturanga. Inhaling, beautiful, into upward facing, zip the lips, and exhaling into downward facing. Perfect. So again, let's reevaluate this breath and the relationship that we have with it. Now your sensations are becoming a little more heightened from this practice. So maybe you can start to feel that air actually coming in through the nostrils and that prana rising up into the crown of your head. You know that's where the breath circulates in the back of the throat and the sinuses, and even into the throat before it goes into the lungs, so it's not too cold. So establish just that upper connection with that sensation, and take one more inhale. Exhale everything you've got. For those of you that are floating, pull your bellies in, squeeze your anus, and hop forward. Inhale as you look up to the horizon. And exhale as you soften and pull. Now everyone drop back into that chair. Inhale, arms up. We're going to be here for 3. So with the butt, try not to stick it out. Desassafras the ass. Tuck it under a little bit, just a little. Take one more inhale, and then exhale forward, fold fingers down to the floor. Inhale as you look up and lengthen, and then exhale as you hop it all the way back to your high plank and lower down to the bottom of chaturanga. Inhale, just upward facing. And exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Inhale, now we're just lifting the right leg up to the skies. Exhaling, bending the knee, opening the pelvis. Inhale, lifting it back up to the skies. Exhale, placing it between the hands. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Slow, long breaths. Exhale, hands back down to the floor. Inhaling the leg back. And exhaling to the bottom. Feel the breath in between. Inhaling into upward facing. Exhaling into downward. Keep this dance. Inhale, left leg up to the skies. Exhale, bend the knee, open the pelvis. Inhale, lift it back up. Exhale, strengthen, pull all the way through. Heel presses. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Beautiful. Everyone's doing perfect. Exhale, follow it right back down. Feel the belly. Inhale, leg back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Savasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Savasana. Now inhale to your capacity. Feel the breath in between. Watch that exhale start to come out. Now feel the bottom of the breath. Watch how your mind works at the top of the inhale, not holding the breath, just watching it. And then how the mind feels at the bottom of the breath. Take control over that space in between. On your next inhale, lift all the way up to the hips. Exhale everything you've got, squeeze your rings and hop to the top. And when you get there, inhale, look up. Feel that breath go all the way to that third eye. And then exhale as you bow it back down to the crown of the head. And then drop back down into your chair, squeeze your pelvic floor, and inhale, arms up for 3, bellies in, arms up, butts low, 2. Take one more inhale, last one. Exhale, forward fold, fingers down to the floor. Inhale, press up, look up and lengthen, and then exhale, float it back to the bottom of chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. We're not lifting the leg, we're stepping that right foot between the hands. We're pressing through the heel. Inhale, arms up. Here's where it gets different. Exhale, hands down to the floor, but keep exhaling until you're at the bottom of chaturanga. 2 moves, 1 breath. And then inhale into upward facing. Exhale into downward facing. You're still exhaling as you now step your left leg forward. Press through the heel. Inhale, take your time on this breath. Because this exhale, 2 moves in 1. All the way down, halfway from the hands stay. The rest of the way as the body lowers. And then inhale, all the way to collarbones, crown of head. And then exhale, hips to skies. Again, inhale, but watch this moment at the top of the breath. And as you exhale, all the way, feel it kind of just hovering down there at the bottom. Watch how much further it goes on this inhale. You can almost feel it all the way to the top of your head. Zip the lips in and out through the nose. Slow the breath down a little bit, but make it deeper. Now this is the last inhale. Take it all the way to the highest capacity you've met since we've started. And as you exhale, control it more than ever. Take a look at the hands and float the feet to the top. Inhale again, horizon check. Exhale, bow down, soften and fold. Drop back into that chair and inhale, arms up. Exhale, Samasthiti. A little modified version of the sun salutations in Ashtanga, but a nice opening for an hour class, right? Just an hour? Or are we going 90 minutes?
An hour.
Just an hour? That's
What I understood.
I mean, I can do an hour. I can also do 90 minutes.
I cannot do that.
Hour. Okay, so let's take the feet hip width apart. And as you inhale, lift up. And as you exhale, tippies. Hook your big toes with these side fingers. Now everyone bend your knees and make your spine straight. I'm going to come around and make some adjustments. So bend the knees more. And yep, there you go. And then lengthen to the back of the neck. So no wrinkles in the back of the neck. Perfect. Beautiful alignment. Now as you inhale, just take a full breath to the crown of the head. And as you exhale, you may or may not lift up the hips. But use the fingers as you're pulling on the toes. So you're elongating your spine at the same time. Pull your bellies in. Imagine your inner thighs squeezing. You just recruited pelvic floor and didn't have to do anything. So inhale, take a look up to the gardens. And now we're going to switch it. We're going to bend our knees all the way till our chest drops onto our thighs. And we're going to step on our hands. Bend. And yes. Again, now allow some weight distribution to happen here. So let your head just be really heavy as you start to lift your hips up. And again, push your hands into your feet. If you can feel the nectar rise to the crown of the head, your sushumna is open, it's long. You should be meditating all the time. I don't know what you're doing in the class. All right, on your next inhale, take a look up and lengthen. And as you exhale, bring your hands to your hips, bend your knees again, pull your bellies in, and inhale, come all the way up to stand. Make sure it's an inhale up. If the room starts to blacken out like it is for me right now, let's get breakfast. There. All right, Trikonasana, big step back with the right foot. And our right toes are going to be aiming this way. So hips are open towards the driveway, arms are parallel. Take an inhale up. And then as you exhale, you're going to stretch all the way forward. Hand drops to the shin. Maybe the floor. For you Ashtangis, it could be a hook toe, arm up. 3 for 5. In and out through the nose. 4. 3. So lift your right thigh up. 2. Everyone pull your bellies in. And 1. Inhale, bring yourself back up to the center. Turn your right toes in. Your left toes out. Take another inhale, long. Exhale, stretch all the way this way. And then hand comes down again, front leg straight. Inhale, now look up towards your right hand. For 5. Arms up to skies. 4. 3. Breathe breathe deeper. 2, engage your pelvic floor. And 1, bend that front knee. Inhale, come up to the center. All right, exhale, step forward, Samasthiti. Inhale, take a bigger step back with the right foot, drop down 90 degrees. Parsvakonasana. And as soon as you drop down, either forearm to thigh, so right toes and step down. Either hand here, or hand here, or hand here. Whatever you want. I want you to stretch this. So press through your right heel and open your chest up more.
No.
Tuck your pelvic floor under. Perfect. And just breathe. So try to push through the heel. Up, up, and out. Rotate. Yes. Perfect. You're good.
Nose up.
Perfect. Perfect. As you exhale, all the way, pull your bellies in. And then inhale, come up to the top. And now we're going to switch sides. So turn your left toes out and drop down 90 degrees. So again, just forearm, or hand to floor, or bind. I can't hear the breath.
Forgiamo. Spacchi.
Perfect. Does anyone know what that meant?
We have, names, lower body,
Pull that in. Don't pull that in.
so
And inhale, come up to the top. Ah, nice to hold a little bit. So we're going to go back to the other side. Good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, now we're going to twist. So face the bars. So whenever we're twisting, in the beginning, we want our feet to be hip width apart. So as you shift, make sure that right foot comes wider. So not like you're on a balance beam, but you're like on railroad tracks instead, okay? So wider. Now, a couple variations. You can come down to the knee and do a prayer twist, one choice. You can come down to the knee and put your hand on the floor, arm over, second choice. You can come up into the full revolve, third choice. Or you can bind. If you bind, work on the standing revolve for paradise. Does everyone know what that is? Where you step forward. And around. So go for it. Yeah. So again, 1, just coming down, twist. Whenever you get to wherever your max is, just hang out there and enjoy it. You don't have to go to the next one. So move your energy this way. So flip this way. Shift your pelvis that way. And then that way. Inner thighs. Squeezing together. Squeeze your hands. That kind of stuff. So when you're cool there, and you're ready to come out, go out just as slow as you came in. And the same way. Use an inhale to come up to the center, go sit on the front side. So notice when you turn around how your feet are now almost crossed, unless you know how to naturally make adjustments. Again, realign the heels so that they are hip width apart. And drop down now. Now remember that relationship that we formed in the beginning of class with that breath? And not just the inhale, the Piraka, or the exhale, the root chakra, but the Kumbhaka, that space in between, yeah? The hover at the top, so you're good. Just bring your feet closer. Yeah. So start with me on the floor. Knee to floor, yes. And again, when you're cooling and you've been there for a little bit and you're ready to come out the same way that you came in. Awesome. And then step forward. Someone shake out. Everybody okay? So? Okay. This is where I get in trouble with just 1 hour of teaching actually. So we're going to go into all balancing postures and then we'll float to the floor and we'll figure it out from there. Right? So we're going to go into Utthita Hasta Paramesthasana. So before you go into balancing postures, Move all of your weight into your left leg, left hand to the hip. So we're going to be lifting our right leg up, yeah? So we want the left side to be ready for it. So anytime you push on something, what happens? It pushes back, right? So push down into the earth, so the earth pushes back on you and you find this nice equilibrium and balance. And when you're ready, does everyone know about drishti gazes, like where to look in a posture? Find one. Preferably not one that moves. And shift all of your weight over to your left leg, left hand on the hip, perfect. Now take your right hand and either take the front of the knee or the big toe with the peace sign fingers. So here, here, right. So just notice how you're balancing. If you've got the big toe and you're ready to kick out, then kick out straight. If you're straight, hamstrings are good, elbow wide, chin to chin. Slow, one breath at a time. If you move a quarter of an inch every practice, kind of far. Okay? Now inhale, up. Now we're going to move our leg to the right side. Keep your hip down. It's okay if you touch your neighbor. It's just you might even want to stagger on the mats if you actually want to extend the leg but don't have space. And if your balance is good, you're going to shift your drishti over to the left. And now inhale the leg back to the front. Exhale again, give a little pull, chin to chin or knee to chest. And float the leg out there all by itself. Hands on the hips. So remember that line, Sushumna, that we talked about with the breath from crown to coccyx? That main energy channel? Establish relationship with it now. And now flex your leg because it's really light. I know it's not heavy. And try to lift it up an inch. And without letting it touch the floor, flip it around, grab the inside. Left arm up to the skies. Keep that foundation on the left side. And go ahead and work out that cramp that you might have just created. So with every inhale, you want to reach up a little bit higher with that left hand. And every exhale, you want to kick a little bit more. Now for you Iyengar yogis, you might be used to framing those hips out, and that's beautiful. You can keep it that way if you want it. If you want to have fun a little bit, experiment, step outside of it. If you want to fan that hip open, why not? Go ahead and point that towards you, see how it feels. Point it. Up to the sky. Good. And then again, find your place, hang out there. When you're done cooling, you can come up. Or switch sides. Good balance, guys. Nice work. So establish a relationship with breath and move it to the other side. So again, right side, foundation, super strong. Right hand on the hip. Yeah. And either find your drishti gaze, go ahead and pick up the knee or the big toe. And you're going to hang out with the legs to the front for 5 or so breaths. And when you're ready, you're going to take it out to the left side again. On your own breaths, on your own rhythms. Part of yoga is not always coming to a class and having a teacher, but being able to get on your mat and have enough awareness with the breath to do it yourself. You learn more from yourself on the mat any day than you'll ever learn from me. So start really paying attention to the body, what's happening with it, how you're using your breath. Shoot, maybe even try to remember the postures. Home practice is the best practice. Awesome. And remember, after it's to the front, we get to flip it around and take it to the back side, inside out. Roundhouse wrap around. And assist your neighbor if you want. Absolutely. So remember that space in between that we talked about, breath? Hover at the top, and hover down at the bottom. There's a lot to be learned in that space. I'm sure that those of you that surf know that feeling when you know you get that last inhale before you go in there. And when you really need to breathe again. And what happens to your mind space in those moments. It's the same thing in your practice, it's the same thing in your life. You just need to bring the awareness to it. It doesn't always have to be a matter of life and death. Awareness can just be a part of your daily. All right, and when you're ready again, and you've been cooling, and you found your peak, then come on out. Awesome. Okay, so now I have to cut the standing short, and we gotta take it to the floor so we can cool in. So we're gonna go ahead and take an awesome vinyasa between there. So I'm gonna demonstrate the vinyasa real quick. It's simple. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale, you're gonna flow back, lower, or you can walk whatever and jump back. But when we get to here, this is where we get to practice and have a little bit of fun. So if you like handstands and all that stuff, here's your time to play. Now if you've been practicing them for a little while, you're gonna bend really deep into the knees. Drishti gaze is super important to stay between the hands. So as you're looking between the hands, you take a deep bend. And you could just start here. Just little, butt kicks or whatever. Or you can start to lift the knees up. And maybe try handstands. I haven't practiced yet today, so. And I haven't eaten, and I had 2 cups of coffee, and I'm busy. You look great. So, we're going to go through it together. Inhale, arms up, looking at the hands. Exhale, forward fold, take it all the way down. Inhale, take a look up. Exhale, hop it back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing. Now look between your hands. Find a spot on your mat. Don't let it go. Squeeze your anus and start hopping. Hop higher. Hop higher. Knees together. Good. Knees together. Both feet at the same time. No one leg stuff. Yes. Okay. Awesome. So how many of you found the oh shit zone? Okay, that's a good place to be. Yeah. When your hips are above your shoulders, you're in the right spot. I'm pissed at myself for not eating and drinking too much coffee, so I love doing this. All right. So go ahead and come to seated. Come to the floor. You can come to seated posture on the heels. You can come to Brahmasana. You can come legs straight out. I don't care. Close your eyes for a minute. Listen, feel, reconnect with breath. I gotta do a time check because 60 minutes is not long enough to do a yoga class. Awesome, you did perfect. So now again, feel the bottom of your pelvic floor. Ladies, feel muscles, guys. I don't really know those pelvic floor. Nope. All the way to the top of the head. Alright, cool. Let it go. So just by making that reestablishment with earth root, body root, universal crown, we at least get to make it to the floor safely. So we're going to put our legs straight out. Legs straight. Do you want to try it? So, no. So everyone sit up straight. Flex your toes. So put the strap. Both. Chest. So this is your forward bend. If you don't feel it in your hamstrings yet, then you can go ahead and start to hinge from the hips. But use your breath. Inhale, sit up higher. Exhale, hinge. Do not round your spine. Inhale, sit up higher. Exhale, just hinge. So you have to think of your hips as that ball joint, maybe? Yeah, that's what it is. So from here, yeah, so your legs bent. Now put your pinky toe back. It's not as important how far you go, but rather the alignment in it. So again, once you get to that point, it's just like your forward fold and standing, right? Same place. Shoot the breath to the crown of the head. So lengthen through the back of the neck. A lot of us get chicken neck here. Your breath should be just as strong as it was in that last down dog that we did, that we held for a little while, because I forgot how long we did. But before you come out of this forward fold, again, whether you're at 15 degrees, 45 degrees, I don't really care. I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor, pull in your belly, and engage your legs. And then inhale, use your muscular system to rise your body back up to seated. Just to a neutral position, okay? A lot of us come in and out of postures, whether we're in standing or whether we're on the floor with our skeletal system. We just kind of depend on that bone, just kind of bring us on up. Just use more awareness on the in and out. Now, how many of you have done vinyasas on the floor? Yeah? So, I put vinyasas between every posture. So I just want to show you a demonstration of what your options are. A, right here. You don't have to do anything else except strong legs, strong belly, strong breath, strong mind. Or you can play a little bit. You can lift the legs up, and you can play with me now if you'd like. Cross the shins, pull the knees into the chest and the heels to the glutes, and reach your arms forward. That could be B. Or you can try C, which is legs up, C. Again, jumping through is going to be, you can do micro hops. Or down low.
Here, you have super long arms.
No, I don't. That's a myth. My arms don't touch. I don't buy that shit.
Well, you're awesome.
It just takes core, it takes pelvic floor. That's it, okay? So try it. Whatever it is, just try it. Yeah, perfect. Yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, just try it.
This is good to get.
Exactly. Exactly. Perfect. All right.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
Right leg. So again, we have lots of options here. Okay. This may be it. Or it may be this. Can you see? Could be here. For you, it's here. Okay. Straight out. This could be a choice. Do you have a lotus? You can bring it into a lotus and you can fold it if you want.
Yeah.
Or if you do foot behind head, you can work it from here and take foot behind head. Take it here. There you go.
Okay, so that should be right.
And vinyasa. So find your place, find your breath, find your strength. Find what's opening for you. So back to cradle for you. Or you could be here too. It's up to you. I just want you to feel it here without straining here. Work. Try to put behind the head. Take your thumb. Yeah. Push it. It'll get the knee behind. Yes. Now squeeze your pelvic floor. So relax. Easier said than done, right? And take this arm, take this hand, pull on my hand. There we go. Grab the outside of your left and pull your shoulder through. Bueno. And then release. Other side. Of course, you can add a vinyasa in between. You want to go? Grab it. Okay. Cool. Yes. Breathe.
So this one,
Okay. So again, keep your breath, keep that relationship with your breath.
so one more to the
Awesome. Hamstrings good, hips good.
Yeah.
And again, once you find your space, you've been cooling, come on out, take a vinyasa or not. Okay, continue to the outside of my leg now. Yes, ma'am. Pull your shoulders in. Now imagine pointing your toe and pulling your heel to your shoulder. It turns on this inner thigh muscle here. Pull your belly in. Gotta protect the lower back. Good. You can use my leg as much as you want. Oh, nice. All right. We good? Spine twist. So right knee up to your chest. Remember in standing, we either had like the hand over the prayer or it was all the way around. If it was in prayer, you're gonna bend your arm again. And just twist and look over. Okay. If you were able to take the bind, go ahead and bind the leg too. All the way around. Six, perfect. So, can you listen? And try to do the That's nice. Open it. You got it. Now let our box this guys first. Hello, fingers. Oh, grip tight. Observe that. Yeah. All right, slowly. You can either take an arm balance here. Arm balance, anybody? Yeah. Come up on that right toe. Elbow to knee, elbow to hip. Hands to floor. Lean. Yeah. Try to squeeze your knees in. Yep. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. And then yes. Awesome. Watch your neighbors. Awesome. And then last
I think I don't understand.
Okay. So other side, same thing. Alright, so elbow to knee. Yes, and then elbow to knee. And then here. No. Elbow to knee. Bend. Shoulders down. Yes. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So squeeze your heels to your bone. Heels to bone, knees to chest. Heels to bone, knees to chest. Heels to bone, knees to chest. Squeeze. So heels bone. But I got most people. Yeah, so that would be not, so push to air. So push to air, push to air, yeah. If the elbow's ever on the knee, which you don't have to worry about, that's only bend. So the joints get pushed up. And then again, whenever you're ready, you can take the arm balance on that side too. you guys ever seen that one with the leg behind the head and the foot over to the side?
No.
I tried it for the first time the other day. Oh, come on, love it.
Rico.
I don't mind.
Hey, hey, hey.
I mean, I just
Come
want
on,
to hold
done.
thing.
Rico.
So I tried it,
Hey.
it was really fun.
Which one is that?
Foot behind the head and iron balance. Wow. Oh my gosh. Whew. This is crazy. It's crazy. 5 years ago, I couldn't put my foot behind my head, so it's pretty cool to like. That's why I say your practice. If you get this much further every day, I've been practicing for 15 years, but holy cow, it takes a long time to get things to open. So now that we've done our twists and all our inversions, it's time to do a little strengthening, a back bend, and an inversion. Okay. So boat pose, Navasana. We're going to start with both feet on the ground. Shoulders back. Sushumna. And squeeze your hips and arm in front of you. Alright, legs up for 5, 4. Now I know the tailbone's a nice place to hang out, but come forward. So not to the sit bones or to the tailbone, but a little space in between. So if the back rounds, bend the knees. Squeeze your pelvic floor again. Arms up and overhead for 5. Straighten the legs out. Just see what happens. 4. When you start to shake like a leaf on a tree in a hurricane, that's when you're in the right spot because you are awakening new muscles and new parts of your body that have been dormant, sleeping, or lazy. Cross, squeeze, take it all the way through, and lay onto your bellies. And before we lose any of that strengthening that we just did, bend your knees, grab your ankles, squeeze your anus, get your big toes to touch, and try to lift up. So arms hands to the outside foot. Drishti, so big toes touching? Yeah. Now work up. You must have a strong stomach to have a deep back bend. You use the lips, in and out, in and out. So notice how when you strengthen your core right now, and then you kick through your feet more, your back will bend more. And then you can release whenever you want and press into a child's pose. Awesome. And as good as it feels, take just one more inhale and exhale. And then inhale, come to standing on your knees. Ustrasana. This could be it for you today. This may be as far as you go. If you've got stuff going on, which we all got stuff going on, sometimes this can be a challenge for you. As a species, we're still opening up the front side of our bodies. So whatever happens or whatever you feel or experience here, unless it's pain in your lower back, is normal. Okay? So we want our butt to stay soft. So if you hear the drum being played in a little bit, it's my hand on your butt. And if it sounds like a higher tone, you gotta loosen it. We want a lower tone. Okay? So now hips are gonna come forward towards me. Remember what I said about back bending? Your core is strong, your back will bend more. So let's not think about this as a back bending exercise, but rather a complete front opening. So let's place our hands on our butt, right below the crack. And push your hips forward. Squeeze your rectus abdominis here. Still soft? It tends to want to jump in on the party, especially if you're holding your breath. You gotta breathe. Yeah. If you can keep pushing your hips forward and lifting your heart up, you're going to feel the front of your body in a whole new way. Now imagine that expansion not just happening from your pubic bone to your sternum, but from your sternum to your collarbone, your clavicle. And if and only if you're experiencing no pain here and your booty is still soft, then you're going to drop your hands down to your heels. You can be curled up on the toes, you can keep the toes flat, awesome. And when you get the hands to heels, allow the head to drop back. Try not to lose that collapse into your lower back though. So still reminder of the floor, pelvic floor squeezing, hips coming forward. Core is super strong and working. Before you come up, I want you to use your inner thighs and spiral them in towards each other on the way up and watch how that naturally tilts your pelvis. If the butt turns on that aspect, that's fine. Do you feel that momentum when you start to roll up and you squeeze them together? It protects everything. You can hang out for longer if you'd like to go into Padottanasana. Push your palms into the floor. And push into the hands. Yeah. Squeeze pelvic floor. Come up to straight arms. Push. Head to floor. Pelvic floor, head to floor. Head to floor. I love your spine. It's beautiful. And then inhale, roll up slowly. Under a great time. Padottanasana, palms and feet together. You can keep your feet further apart or further away from the body, or you can keep them close, it doesn't matter. Whatever feels best. Just sit up tall and breathe. Again, you may find it in this position to where your hands are coming behind you if your hamstrings or lower back is tight. Or your hips are tight. Oh. It's awesome. So feet together. Again, just reestablish our relationship with the breath. Try to stack the joints again so shoulders are above the hips, so we're not too far forward. And we're going to open our legs up wide on the straddle, so you may need to stagger a little bit. Again, hands are behind you or in front of you. This is just an opportunity to open up the legs a little bit more. We're not going to be here for very long, so you can come forward if you want, or you can just keep the legs open perfect with the hands behind. So just enough to feel the inner thigh stretch, that's it. Do you mind assisting? I probably should have asked that before.
I don't mind when it's
Cool. Because my hands, they just wander. I don't always. I'm used to having pretty established students, so this won't break thing for me. So when you're ready again, you can just come on up. And legs together, you can take a vinyasa, and we're going to cruise into the cool down, straight cool down move here. So from here, whatever inversion you like, it's yours. So options, A, you're done. Go to a wall, and you prop your feet up. And if you want to do this, let me know. I'll show you a nice, easy, simple way of getting into it. So this is A. B, do your headstands if you want to wear headstands. If you do handstands, forearm balances, boom, whatever inversion you want to do. Just remember that we're at about 7 to 8 minute mark before the hour is up. So basically the way it's going to run is we're going to do whatever inversion you want. You can sit in your lotus for a while, do some breath work, or just go straight to Savasana. This is another part of the class where you have an opportunity to kind of tune into how your body shuts itself down. And you obviously feel free to stay as long. But we're going to go through inversions now. Or that's it. Yep. For what? Headstand? So bend this knee and bring it to your chest, and now bring the other one. Now point your toes. Nope. Knees to chest. Knees to chest. Heels to chest. Hang here for a minute. Now don't keep your legs bent. Knees to back. Heels to back. And now just lift your knees up. Nope. Heels to back. Yes. Push into this hand. Push into this hand. Yes. Really. One step. More into this hand. More into this hand. More. Yes. More into this hand. Lean. Don't be scared. Very good. Now knees up. Heels to butt. Nope. Heels to butt. Heels to butt. Yes. Thank you. Feel the bones stacking down. Shoulders. Hips. Whoa. Lean. Lean. Yeah. So you need to get control of here, being sassy or not being sassy, okay? So knees up, good, more. Trust those feet. Trust those feet. Trust it. I'm right here. And when you're ready, feet up. Slow. Watch the counterbalance. Watch how your torso has to move. Watch how your feet have to move. Awesome. And you're going to come down the exact same way when you're ready. Heels to bump. Knees are still up. Knees are still up. Knees are still up. Now, knees down. More. 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 Come on. Now, knees to chest. Slow. Squeeze the thighs in. Squeeze. 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 Chest. Yeah. And breathe. Good. Both. Stay. Freeze. 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 Yes. Stay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Okay.
Tocca un po',
Yeah. Squeeze.
Perché se non è finito,
Squeeze.
arrivo.
Squeeze. 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 Breathe. No. No.
Ancora.
Heels come down. Here. Heels. Want some help, Mama? No. You good? Just fine?
Yeah, trying not. It's a wall thing.
The wall's not really there anyways. Squeeze out this way. Squeeze. See, perfect. So when you get there, just push up to the whole bar. Up. Right. Oh, God, yeah, so you get this figure, so you're not doing, so you're not collapsing too much. You push up, out. Make one's long, arms long, yes. Shoulders up, it's one here, yeah. Push up, yeah. Trust the weight of your heels to go. Yeah. Just play there. Push up, push up. Yes, that's it. That's it. That'll develop a lot more things happening there. Top. Go for it. Stay right up. Yes. That should help. Push up to those elbows. Push, push. Awesome. Slow. Yes. just as oxygen fuels the fire, prana fuels the body. And notice your own prana rhythms right now. See if you can identify the location of your toenail. And your fingernails. And the hair growing from the top of your head. Begin to notice the heavy points in your body, your heels, your hips, your hands, your head, and the backs of your shoulders. And allow everything in between them to melt away. You are just a stream of consciousness. You are full of rivers, energies, life. So this breath has brought us into the mind and the body. So start to bring forth those sensations of natural and organic awakenings. Could be wiggling of the toes and fingers. And if you're not there yet and you are in samadhi, you